Good evening, everyone. So I hope you had a good short little break. So now we have got our own Sriram Ramji. Um, he is partner sales consultant from Adobe. He is responsible to, or let's say he is the one who is helping all the partner across this region to grow and scale and coming up with a lot of new offerings from Magento. So Sriram Ramji is going to be talking about what all new is going to be coming into Magento with Magento version 2.4.2, which is going to be released very soon. With that, without taking more of his time, I'll hand it over to Sriram.
Thanks, Vikrant. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a good time at the Meet Magento event with a lot of sessions. So, as Vikrant said, I'm just going to be giving a quick update on what we are doing with commerce, the latest on Magento Commerce, and what we have in store for better portion of rest of the year. So, I will touch upon the latest version and also the roadmap. Okay. So let me dive straight into it. So I think a lot of you know that we actually Magento got acquired by Adobe. So post that, one of Adobe's main objectives is kind of focus more around the content and you know, product integrated with some of the products. Okay. Uh, I don't need to go into this. All of you know about it, but I'll just kind of talk about it. One of the key aspects of has been a lot of these, it's kind of driven on a whole lot of pillars. Uh, Most flexible commerce platform, same platform which can support B2B, B2C, all the different kind of business models that we have, and the aspect of content and commerce, bringing that together, that's the whole way to convert, from a creative standpoint, creating the content, driving the experience, and converting into transactions. All of this with a lot of intelligence powered by Sensei. Okay. So, and the overall ecosystem, which is the whole Magento community that's kind of driving this. Okay. The platform as such, be it the open source one or the commerce cloud, a lot of it, the community is what drives this platform a lot more than what we do. Yeah. But what this has been how Magento has evolved, has grown over the period, and it will continue to grow in the same way. Yeah. And we just want to keep up the same kind of a trend going forward as well. Yeah. And this is what has actually led to a significant adoption over the years, because with all the innovation that has come in and all the enhancements that has come in, the adoption of Magento has just been increasing, okay, year on year. And last 2019, 2020, we haven't got the numbers yet, but 2019 was more than $189 billion of transactions were driven through Magento Commerce. Okay, predominantly it's on the Commerce Cloud. Okay, and we continue to be the leaders in all aspects, from an internet retailer or from analyst reports from Gartner or
Sriram, there seems to be some lag at your end.
enhancing this platform. Okay. Is it is it better now?
Yeah, a bit better.
Yeah. So as one of the stuff that we did was, when we looked at enhancing the platform, we looked at identifying pillars on which we want to drive our enhancements on. Okay, like I said, shopping experience has been one of the main aspects that we want to build in, which is more on the front end experience perspective. But we're also looking at building core capabilities. When I say core capabilities, it is bringing in different business models, supporting B2C, see, adding intelligence into it. And Magento is a platform, any commerce platform cannot really function on a standalone mode. It needs to be able to fit into an overall ecosystem. And So when I say overall ecosystem, it's with ERP, PIM, CRM, all the different applications, how it integrates very well with all of this. Okay. And a cloud infrastructure to go along with it. So we broke down into these different pillars, and these are the areas based. We've been driving enhancements on these pillars. Okay. So 2020 roadmap, we were focusing on this. We started building out with the page builder and PWA and all of those stuff. We brought in GraphQL, expanded the PWA coverage and then we integrated Adobe Stock and seller assisted shopping. That's more from a B2B perspective. Okay. And then we brought in Sensei into this. Sensei, is an AI based engine, recommendation engine, which drives real time personalization or personalized recommendations based on the user behavior. Okay. And then we continue to build on our B2B, which we launched with the 2.2. And one of the stuff that we introduced was an in-store pickup, which is more from an omni-channel perspective. Okay. And further on, we also launched our Magento Commerce Cloud on Azure platform. So long we've been supporting only AWS. Now we just started supporting on Azure platform as well. Okay. So these are stuff that we did on 2020. And with 2021, one of the first releases that we did was with Magento 242. Okay. And with 242, I'll just talk about it, what all we have from a release perspective. Okay. While we did all this, we also looked at the overall future, how it's looking like. So while this traditional this need have a have your own or you can just have kind of a PWA based application. Okay. Now that is the kind of need that was there with in the industry, and that's why we developed the GraphQL APIs, okay, as a layer which sits between Magento and the front end layer. Okay. And you can build whatever front end layer you want and leverage the GraphQL APIs and go into a complete headless kind of mode. Now when we launched this, we have continued to enhance this, and with 242 we are also starting to support B2B on this headless mode. Okay. From my integration standpoint, like I said, there are different ways in which you can do integration. All of you know very well. Point the middleware, have a single middleware which integrates with different applications, or you can base integrations. There are different ways in which you can do. But what we realized is the need to integrate with these middleware products, because most of the companies have a middleware segment which is very well available with all the APIs, everything set up with the integrating with the backend applications. So in that journey, we started off with integrating with Software AG to start with, and now we are in the process of working with MuleSoft. The whole idea is to kind of the previous headless mode of having GraphQL APIs and all of those stuff is basically allow Magento to be brought in as an engine with a front-end framework which can be anything. Okay, and that's where the GraphQL APIs sit in front of Magento. And here we have the APIs, everything sitting behind Magento. That's for integrating with the backend systems. So it's more like just making it easy to adopt Magento when you have a larger ecosystem as well. Okay, and with respect to specific to 242, I'm kind of rushing in because we don't have time. We are launching a lot of this communication on this. There are all these features and details available on the solution partner portal. Okay, you have access to all of this. And if you have any queries, you can post this, I will answer. So let me just get on to the 242 and specifically what all we have done. Okay, so one of the main things has been the focus more has been continuing to be on GraphQL and PWA. Okay, so with GraphQL, we have started supporting headless commerce implementations on B2B as well, like I said before. Earlier on, it was only with B2C, and now we have a B2B as well, and with enhanced purchase approval workflow that has been built into it. Okay? So it allows for the whole purchase process from a customer standpoint, merchant standpoint, to build a default approval process, configurable, which will allow you to merchants to control what is being purchased. Okay? Scalability aspect, because we've been able to support only limited number of shared catalogs, but now We are enhancing it to support more than 250, 300 shared catalogs. That means a significantly high number of products and SKUs that can be supported on the platform. Okay. And further on, like I said, with the PWA, okay, that's going to be the pretty main thing because PWA again was very B2C focused. Now we have the PWA reference theme available for B2B as well. Okay. So as developers, get your hands dirty on this, start working on this, trying out all of this stuff. This is pretty amazing stuff to work with, especially with the PWA stuff. Okay. And lastly, the AI-based recommendations, which was again very B2C specific, is also being rolled out for B2B now. Okay. So you could have real-time Sensei-powered recommendations for business buyers based on their behavior, their past purchase, and a lot of other aspects. Okay. And so that's basically going into the details of what I said. Mhm. And from a scale perspective, so this is exactly what I was talking about. So we can now support more than 20 times more effective SKUs than what we used to before. So effective SKUs is basically number of SKUs into number of stores into number of customer groups. So this really increases the scale with which we can support on the commerce platform. Okay. On the media side, okay, so one of the stuff that we have done is uh, made it easy for usage of media objects. Okay, so with real-time is optimized without losing the performance. Okay. So some of the key settings just short tag. Other aspect is also access to the media gallery, access controllers, which has been put in place. Okay. And continuing to build on page builder, to make it easy for developers to actually, so lesser effort required to migrate content in this case. Okay. So a whole bunch of stuff from a content standpoint. Okay. And PWA, I've spoken about PWA for B2B. One of the other stuff that we have done is enhanced it for internationalization support as well. Okay. And in addition, what we're doing is also working with our marketplace to have extensions to provide PWA compatible. So some of the extensions are already PWA compatible, and we continue to work with the marketplace, with the extensions compatible. Okay, so that's one. Integration with AEM, I don't need to talk about it. That's something that's we're going to be, as I said earlier, we continue to integrate with all the Adobe platforms, whether it's AEM for content management and experience, or analytics, or target for personalization. So that's an aspect that's going on. But what it's in particular with AEM is when you're going on a AEM, have the page. So that's the from a content authoring perspective. And further on product recommendations for PWA. So that's the other aspect where you have earlier Sensei powered recommendations were available only on native Magento storefront. Now we are starting to bring this on for PWA as well. Okay. And from a Sensei powered recommendations, visual AI is something that's coming in, which is basically products. Okay. And PWA already spoken about all of this stuff. So pretty much comprehensive if you look at from a different areas, core functionality perspective, experience perspective, intelligence perspective. So like I said, we'll continue to evolve Magento in all of these pillars as we move along. Okay. And live search. Now, so the Sensei based engine will also power the live search now, which will actually going to give you better search results as from the website. It could be a lot of better accuracy, like I said, or tools right now to put more relevant content in a customer industry search. Okay. And Magento Business Intelligence is a continuing evolve in this. So we're being better dashboards, more dashboards right now, and more critical KPIs for any online store right now. And there are more kinds of visualization types as you see on the right side, which can be displayed on the Visual Business Intelligence. So see, as we continue to evolve all of this, okay, we also need to look at other areas. So basically it's the standard stuff of security, overall quality, performance, and all of those stuff is an aspect that is assessed, maintained, enhanced. Okay. So security, there are 35 plus security fixes that is coming into in this 242 version. Likewise, performance, I said, there's significant higher catalog size that can be supported. Okay. So a quick look at the roadmap timeframes. We typically release every 2-3 months. We have a release coming out. So here is kind of a quick roadmap of what's coming up. Okay. And what I want to leave it this, I just have a few more minutes on this. So the product is being enhanced. So please take advantage of all the material that we make available on the partner portal. If you're not a member of the solution partner portal, please do register over there. We send communications out in terms of what all is being offered. There are certifications that are, it's now part of Adobe certifications right now. So the wording has changed, but it's pretty much the same from a developer standpoint or a solution architect standpoint. So make use of all the training materials that is available, get certified. And what we want to do is, from Adobe side, we want to continuously engage with the developer community. And that's where we have this whole developer outreach program that's been going on. So scan the QR code, will take you to a link, register over there, and what you get is access, to all the stuff. So it's directly enrollment to commerce community in case you haven't done already, and you get communications from us, and you get first-hand information from Adobe on the updates on Magento Commerce. And here's the link. Vikrant, I believe you're going to send this link out, right? So you can share this, register in this link as well, and so that you are constantly updated in terms of what is offering, what was happening on the Adobe side, okay, on Magento Commerce. So then, any questions?
Thank you, Sriram. Yes, I will absolutely share this across both on social and on the Meet Magento platform. There is one question which has come across. Any update on AEM CIF integration in terms of different product type, custom attribute, etc. from Magento?
Uh, it is being updated. There are newer versions available. So when you say product type, I need to understand, what is there anything in particular type of products that you're looking at, but for the most part, it should be available now. And if there is anything in particular, do drop a note, and then we can get back to you on specifically what you're looking for. Okay. But we do support a lot of these products from an integration standpoint, different types of products.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So, Hazif, you can certainly reach out to Sriram in case if you want more detail on this one. I think that's all, Sriram. That is the only question we had. I think you wrapped up on time. Thank you again, Sriram, for sharing all this upcoming features and improvements that Magento and Adobe is bringing across. This certainly is going to evolve the platform and adding new more features that certainly is going to enhance the customer experience.
Yep.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Thank
Thanks,
you again
everyone.
for your time today. You have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening, everyone.